For the next part of this podcast, we're going to switch our attention to young and millennial voters. We're going to talk to a man named William Black, who is a Washtenaw Community College student, and we're going to ask him a couple questions about the upcoming election, what he thinks each candidate has to offer young voters, and what he would say to young people who are simply not going to vote this year because of the choice of candidates they have to choose from. What issue do you think most millennial voters are concerned about this election year?
I think most millennial voters are concerned about their basic freedoms, and I think that like with both candidates, there's concerns for both because they offered different personal opinions on a lot of personal freedoms.
Depending on the outcome of the election, what do you think each candidate has to offer young voters?
Well, a lot of people would say that they offer nothing, but I think that's untrue. Each candidate offers plenty of different things, or else they wouldn't be in it this far. Honestly, Donald Trump offers young voters a good understanding of how like economics works and how like trade and like world trade works. He's done a lot of stuff with like China for his buildings and things like that. So I think he offers a really good understanding of like trying to get the country back on track economically. I think Hillary offers young voters a chance to understand people's basic freedoms and really trying to she really tries to help with education, so I think that's going to help a lot of us young people, really get a better education and, maybe do it a little bit more, cheaply.
What would you say to young people who are simply not going to go out and vote this year because of the choice of candidates?
I think that, if you're concerned about you not getting a fair choice, I think you have the option to go and write someone in. I feel like you're wasting a choice that you've been given, and you can sit and complain about something that you didn't go out and even vote for, and then that's frustrating. So I think young voters should go out and vote, use their vote, and make a difference, because every person that doesn't vote is allowing somebody else to have more power towards who they're voting for.
Do you think that there's more than just candidates to vote for on the ticket?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously more than that. There's issues and things like that that are really important to us. Like, most people are concerned about, like, the roads and education and, like, public safety. And, you can't change any of that stuff without going and voting for those things as well. Like, going and voting for who you want your sheriff to be, who you want your local clerk to be, who you want, the House of Representatives member from Michigan to be. You really want to go out and make sure that you're voting for everybody that you want to represent you. Otherwise, you're not going to be properly represented.
From Howell, Michigan, I'm Kashmir Morley, and we were just talking to William Black, a 23-year-old WCC student, who gave us some insight about what he thought was the main issues concerning young and millennial voters this election year, and also what he would tell young people who simply don't want to go out and vote this year because the choice of candidates.